first down drive. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Good surge up front, give him 4 out to the 18.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. He'll try to do it himself. On the move at the 30. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. They'll go to the ground, and they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better, but that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Tackle is made at the 37. It's 3rd down.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Slings it downfield. It's caught. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Horned Frogs want to crank the tempo.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. On the move, it's Kendricks. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man on the right.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, TCU.
They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Quickly complete. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a 1st down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They'll try the run. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the 1st quarter.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Cal 7, TCU 0.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. With the run on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
They lost ground on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the 1st one they've used this half.
Timeout, Cal.
They weren't able to move them an inch on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and goal. Goes to the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. 4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Fourth and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. Looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Old Dominion has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. Let's see how this coach tries to explain this. They're trailing by 14 to Louisiana. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play call. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
On second down, wants to throw it. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
Simple pitch, simple catch, easy little drag route right over the field. It's a nice timing route. You can run it versus man, or you can run it versus zone and have a lot of success.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. Handoff to the single running back. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Let's see what they've got on second down. Leaves it with the running back. Nice move there. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And, coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit them with a big run, now they hit them with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
And the Golden Bears with the 1st and 10. He'll try the left side. At the 35, he's loose. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The clock is not their friend. Got to get everybody to the line quickly. They'll go right back to it. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
The Golden Bears are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Cal.
After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6. Fast motion from the offense. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
But when you get down here inside the red zone, you got to be able to run the football. And it's one thing to do it conventionally, but I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to go jet sweep.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still third and goal.
Get set, get set.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. It is good. And with that, they've taken the lead. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Corners are going to bail. He'll start this drive firing. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, TCU.
And now on second down for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
They're going to ride this running back. Showing off the arm. Stiff arm's a weapon. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Trying to find his man on first down. On the run, fires downfield. Got it in the middle. It's low. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
And the Golden Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. Touch pass on the run. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Quarterback checking off. The give to the single back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And you try to sneak this in here, right? 3rd down, kind of manageable situation, not too far, not too short, where maybe I can throw the football, but I sneak that draw, and their defense said, no, sir, I'm ready for that. Stuffs them on the 3rd down.
No good. It's still a 3-point game after the miss. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Looking to scramble. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Let's see what he can do with it. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24.
Raiders will take over 1st and 10.
Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher, Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. He wants to throw. He's got his man. And just a short and safe pass play, they pick up a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's low. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. They decide against trying the 52-yard field goal. Instead, the offense trying to convert a 4th and short. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity for the offense.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
Picks up 3. Brings up second down. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Cal 10, TCU 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They go to the ground. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Pulls and fired complete. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring fourth down right in the face.
Here we go with the run on fourth down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole, pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe, they can't dance. Run north-south and get that first down. Nice job.
And the Horned Frogs are flying down the field. They'll leave it with him. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The Horned Frogs are in the red zone. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. How about that determined run inside the red zone? He's got 6. It's down at the 12.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Well, in that situation, that just worked out perfectly for the defense. It was 3rd and 1, and I'm not so sure that was a pass blitz. That might have been a run blitz. That might have been the defense just trying to add an extra body in the gap, expecting run. Quarterback held on to the football, and that worked out perfectly for the D.
The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. A little release to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Snap from the gun on third down. Fires to the wideout. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. The Golden Bears will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He gets a block. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Give to the single back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. To the ground with the back. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Right back to the well. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Here's the handoff. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves to change for the first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Huge moment coming here as they try to punch it in and quiet this crazy, raucous crowd. Caught behind the line. It's Kendricks. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And I think that call will leave people scratching their head. You know, you're down a possession. You got to go make something happen. The clock is ticking. Like, we got to take some shots down the field, or we got to get our butts out of bounds after we make those catches.
This crowd even louder now on second down as they try to hold on. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Third down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Get it out on the screen. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, TCU.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. And he missed it. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Well, you got to wonder if the pressure got to the kicker. Fourth quarter, down by 3, just did not get all of it. That's one you'd like to have back.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. The offense just wants to run out the clock in this half. The D still has a couple of timeouts if they want to use them. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, Dave.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you start to string together positive plays. Now you know you can do it. It's not, we talked about it in the offseason, oh, we want to do this. Now you're starting to execute it and put it together on the field.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.